Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, Bahasham, Yahawashah, Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashah has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American. One of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashah, with another lesson. And in this lesson, man, we're just going to go into the judgment pronounced against Esau according to the Most High's will, because these people, the Edomites, the so-called white race, they have a lot to pay for what they've done what they've done in the earth, especially what they've done to the Israelites. And the Most High lays that out all throughout the scriptures. And when we bring up and give the world the true understanding that the Edomites are the so-called white race and they have a great judgment coming upon them, they want to deny it, especially the Edomites. You see? But you have Esau here depict himself as everyone all throughout history. But when it comes to this nation known as the Edomites, you see, they shy away from it because they're running from their true identity. They're not white, they're not European, they're not German or whatever else they're calling themselves, Americans, British. No, their true nationality, according to the scriptures, is the nation of Edom, the descendants of Esau. And we're here to let you know through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashah, you Edomites have a great judgment coming upon you, and it's already begun with the collapse of America, and that's going to ultimately end in what? The complete destruction by way of nuclear fire. And then you Edomites are going to be gathered up from all these different regions in the earth to be carted off into slavery up under the Israelites to pay for what you've done unto the Most High's people. You see? Because the Most High hasn't forgotten what you've done unto us, man. And it lays it out all throughout Scripture. So let's get this first verse right here. This is Nahum 1 and 3. It says, Yahawah is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Yahawah have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. You see that? The Most High is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. And this is what they think. Look at all the atrocities that the so-called white race has done unto us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Just go back to the founding of this nation known as America. How was this nation acquired? By way of rape, robbery, and murder. Against who? Against the Israelites, the northern kingdom, so-called Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. You see, you completely slaughtered the northern kingdom of Israel to acquire this land, to have it built up the way it was built up. And how was it built up? Off the backs of so-called Negroes, man. So-called West Indians and Haitians, which make up the southern kingdom, which are Israelites. Had them in chattel slavery, transatlantic slave trade, man. In the bottom of a ship for months on end. Just to come over here and slave and labor for nothing. To build this country up to what you see around you today. We're telling you Edomites that you have to pay for these things that you've done. Now, Esau, his excuse is what? Oh, I had nothing to do with it. This is my forefathers. Well, we're here to let you know that as the descendants of your forefathers, you have to pay for what they've done. And that's why understanding reincarnation is so important. You are your forefathers back in the reincarnation, preparing to receive your judgment for the things that you've done in your past. You see? So Isaiah 21. Am I tripping? Yo. So Isaiah 14 and 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. You have to pay for what your forefathers have done. You see, and you are your forefathers back in the reincarnation. Reincarnated in the earth to receive judgment for what you've done in your past. All you Edomites all throughout this country singing, I'm proud to be an American. Okay. Well, you have to understand there's a judgment coming along with that, because to be proud to be an American, you have to be proud of what your forefathers have done and committing a genocide on a major level. On committing a slavery at a major level, man. You're proud of that, right? We're here to let you know that you are going to pay for everything that you've done unto the 12 tribes of Israel, according to what the Most High has spoken. Isaiah 14:21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. And this is what's coming upon the so-called white race. Judgment. We just read it. The Most High will not at all acquit the wicked. You see, matter of fact, let's get another one. Let's get Jeremiah 49. Good Lord, man. In 12 it says what? For thus saith YAHAWAH, Bahashem Yahawashi, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Talking about us who? Talking about us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because when you have the true understanding of what's written in the scriptures, you know that the Israelites, we are the Most High's chosen people. We're supposed to be in a state of royalty. But for prophecy's sake, we had to be brought into this low condition to understand good and evil. And that entailed what? We had to drink of that cup from the Most High's hand. We had to drink of that cup of judgment for our disobedience and going against the Most High. So if the Most High if he's given his chosen people, his special people, the cup to drink of, you see that cup of his judgment, what makes you Edomites think that you're not going to have to drink of that cup? When the Most High has told you that he loves Jacob and he hates Esau, so if he's giving that cup to the people that he loves, what do you think he's going to do to the people that he hates? He's going to repay you for your for what you've done, man. Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith YAHAWAH Bahashem Yahawashi, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. You see that? This is what's coming. So this is back in Jeremiah 49:12. It says, for thus saith YAHAWAH Bahashem Yahawashi, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. And that's what's coming to you Edomites. The Most High made his people drink of the cup. And you think you Edomites are so special that you're just going to go unpunished? that you're not going to have to pay for all the wickedness that you've committed in the earth? For all the rape, robbery, and murder that you committed against the Israelites to found this country the way it's been? You see, to have this country built up the way it's been built up off the backs of the Israelites, you think you don't have to pay? You are going to pay according to prophecy, man. And this is why you got the likes of Vocab Malone talking about what the Edomites are done away with. No, that's not true. Because according to the Zondervan Bible, Compared Bible Dictionary, it tells you that Edom, you see, is the future place for heavy judgment to come to. And out of all the nations on the earth, the Edomites have not received the promise of mercy from the Most High. And that all lines up to what's written in the scriptures. This is what YAHAWAH Bahashem Yahawashi has announced against the wicked, you Edomites, man. Now, what I want to do is, I want to go into Ezekiel 35, because it lays it out plainly. It's just a short chapter, 15 verses, so we're just going to read through it. And if we need to pull precepts, we'll do that as well. So this is Ezekiel 35 and verse 1. It says what? Prophesy against Mount Seir. Who is Mount Seir? Who does that represent? Mount Seir represents you Edomites. Just like Mount Zion represents the Israelites, Mount Seir represents you Edomites. It's not actually telling us to prophesy against a landmass, man. You see? The Most High is telling us to prophesy against Edom, the so-called white race. Verse 1 says what? Moreover, the word of Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. And this is what's coming for the land of America. The great desolation is going to happen here in this land by way of 200 million thermonuclear warheads raining down upon this place. That's what's coming to America. And that's all the punishment, you see, set to befall you Edomites, man. You see? So it goes on to say what? I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am YAHAWAH Ba'ashem Yahawashi. You see, and just like everything else, the Most High has prophesied, this is constantly repeated all throughout the scriptures. Matter of fact, let's go back to Jeremiah 49. So we just read that Edom is going to become a desolation, right? The Most High says the same thing right here in Jeremiah 49. Yup. We're going to read 13 and we'll jump down to verse 17. This is Jeremiah 49 and 13. It says, For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Now, it's not talking about ancient Basra. You see, that chief city in over there in the Red Rocks of Petra, over there in Seir, because we know and understand that according to prophecy, that land mass, that land that was originally given to Esau, is going to be transferred over to the southern kingdom, namely Judah. You see? So Basra is another code word for America, because Basra was a chief city in ancient Seir. It represents America being that chief dwelling place of Esau now here in these last days of prophecy. This is the land that's going to become a curse, a waste, a reproach, a complete desolation. And it all falls in line with what the Most High said he's going to do to the land of America as a punishment for the Edomites here in this country. Now, verse 17 goes on to say what? Jeremiah 49 and 17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. This is the fate of America. It's going to suffer the same fate of Sodom and Gomorrah, being taken out by way of what? Fire and brimstone in the form of nuclear warheads. That's what's going to happen in the midst of World War III. This is the judgment prepared to come upon who? Edom, the so-called white race, namely here in the land of America. Because this land is going to be destroyed to never be inhabited again, as it tells us all throughout prophecy. This is what the Most High has pronounced against you damn devils, man, for what you've done unto his people. And this chapter goes on to explain why. So Ezekiel 35 and we'll read 3 again. Ezekiel 35 and 3. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power Yahawah, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee. God damn it, man. So we back. So when you start doing the video, everybody want to call. That's crazy. It's Ezekiel 35 and can't even remember where we were. Ezekiel 35 and 3 again. It says, And say unto it, Thus saith Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. And why is this heavy form of judgment coming? Very simple. for what you've done unto the Israelites. Go back and look at your history. When you out here chanting and screaming and singing that song, I'm proud to be an American, this and all these other American anthems, you have to understand how this nation was founded and built up. America's history is very bloody, man. You murdered a lot of Israelites to acquire this land and to build it up the way you did. So this judgment is very much justified from the Almighty. You see? And the Most High is going to make an example out of this place to show you what happens when you go against him and you touch his people. You see that? It was another one I wanted to grab. But that should have been, I got a precept done on that already. But let's get Ezekiel 35:5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. This is what you've done to get this land. So once again, for all you red-blooded Americans, when you out here saying, God bless America, and I'm proud of being American, I am a true American, do you understand what that goes back to? That's tied to the rape, robbery, and murder of the Israelites by way of the force of the sword, man. Hundreds of billions of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have been slaughtered here. And millions upon millions of our people are still up in fucked up conditions, suffering from trauma from all the things that we've suffered here as a nation. You see? So since you were in that spirit of just completely, murdering our people, what is the Most I tell you is going to come upon you? Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHAH, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. This is what's coming for you Edomites, man. For what you've done unto us. Go back and look at your bloody history. Matter of fact, let us do it for you. Let's do it for you. Let's do look at that. And I didn't even click into the article. You can go and read this article and just look right here. We're gonna just read this part and we're gonna leave it at that. Indigenous people, both north and south, were displaced, died of disease, and were killed by Europeans, which are who? So-called white people, which are actually the Edomites, through slavery, rape, and war. This is what you did to acquire this country and have it built up the way it's built up. As you're driving through your cities, you're driving through your towns, you see all your stadiums and all the other institutions that you've erected here on this land that belonged to someone else before you got here. How did you acquire it? By way of slavery, rape, and war. It says what? In 1491, and that's 1 year before Christopher Cologne came with his goons, about 145 million people lived in the Western Hemisphere. And I'm pretty sure it was more than that. It says what? By 1691, but basically 200 years later, the population of indigenous Americans had declined by 90 to 95%, or by around 130 million people. Now, when you're chanting these songs, this is what you're basically co-signing. This is why slaughter is being prepared for his children for the iniquity of your fathers. And I can guarantee you it was more than 145 million Israelites here. But this is what you did to gain control over this land. And you have to pay for every one of those lives that you took. Because what does it say about blood, what the blood does to the land? Numbers 35:5. And 33 it says what? So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. You see? This is the only way America can be cleansed. Through the blood of you Edomites being shed. And that's going to come in the form of many various harsh judgments. Then ultimately, the nuclear destruction. This is what it has to be for what you've done to gain this land. And you can go and read this article as well. If I can remember, I'll leave the link in the description box, Lord willing. But you're going to have to pay for this, man. Let's get another one. Let's get Amos 1 and verse 11. It says what? Thus saith Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, for 3 transgressions of Edom, which is the so-called white race, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. You see that? The punishment that the Most High has pronounced against you through the mouth of the prophets, he's not going to turn it away. No matter how much you don't want to believe it, how much you don't want it to be true, it's still going to happen. It says what? Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And this is evidence against that, man. This is evidence of that. And it doesn't just stop here. This was just the beginning of it. This is just all the way up until this day. From 1491 all the way up until 2024. It's still happening. It's still going on. And you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. Oh, verse 12 says what? But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. The Most High. Fire. You see, judgment by fire is always associated with Edom. You see that? Because this is you so-called white people's judgment and repayment for what you've done to the Israelites. So when you come out of camp laughing and scoffing and smiling and smirking and shit, we don't even trip. We just let you know we understand what your fate is. So live it up as the Most High has told you. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Rejoice and be glad. But the day is going to come where shit ain't going to be funny no more. Let's get another one to show you. Isaiah 34. We'll start at verse 5. It says what? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which are you Edomites. And let's prove that according to what's written. Let's go into the word for Idumean. Just a Greek way of saying Edom. Edom equals red. Edom, Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau. And this is you Americans, man. You so-called white Americans. You are the Edomites. You see? Right along with the Turkish Edomites and the Russian Edomites and the Jewish Edomites and the British Edomites. The so-called white race, all these different names they're trying to hide behind, they're doing that because they're trying to run from their judgment. But in all actuality, they are the Edomites, man. The people of the Most High is cursed to judgment. The people that the Most High hates. Let's prove that real quick and then we'll come back to this. Malachi 1 and verse 3, it says what? And I hated Esau. Yup. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. And this is what America's about to become. A waste. A wilderness. A desolation for desert creatures to dwell in. You see that? Verse 4 says what? Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. And the people, not just the person, because you Christians love to say, oh, it was just against Esau. No, it's against the entire lineage of Esau. If your father's seed line goes back to Edom or Esau, the Most High hates you. You see? It says what? And the people against whom Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawashi have indignation forever. The Most High hates all Edomites. Man, woman, and child. You see? Now as we go back, Isaiah 35:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. You see that? That's what you Edomites are. You are the people of the Most High's curse to judgment. You have been rewarded the lot of being the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. You see that? Romans 9. Yes, sir. Yep. Romans 9:2, it says what? What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? And that's all the Most High's been doing with you Edomites. You see, he's been suffering patiently, allowing you to fulfill your course in the earth according to prophecy. But it ends in what? You being brought into a complete state of destruction. And it begins with America being what? Completely decimated. Becoming completely desolate, a desert. This is what you Edomites have been set up for. For the Most High's power to be known. This is all you are. You're not special. You see, you're not, you know what I'm saying? The holy people. You are the Edomites, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. Every single last one of you. Beginning with you Edomites dwelling here in the land of America. Now, as we go back to Isaiah 35 and verse 5 one more time. Isaiah 35:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. 6. The sword of Yahawah is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi have a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And that goes into the destruction that's set to befall this place known as America. You see that? With you ungodly Americans being the animals for the sacrifice. Beginning with you Edomites. And also 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who refuse to repent, who refuse to acknowledge this truth and come back to your true heritage, you're going to be left here to be destroyed as well. You see? You're going to be a part of this great sacrifice that the Most High has prepared, you see, here in the land of America. The Most High is going to burn you up. You're going to partake in the Edomites' judgment, man, because you refuse to depart from this place. You refuse to repent. So the Most High is going to get rid of you as well. Verse 7 says what? And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. And why is the Most High doing this? Verse 8 lets you know that what? For it is the day of Yahawah's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. So this is finally going to be the repayment and judgment and justice brought upon you for what you've done unto the Israelites. What you've done to acquire this land and have it built up this way. This great destruction, all hell breaking loose, the Most High throwing this place into a complete state of chaos, bringing America into a state of being a third world country, and then ultimately the destruction of this place is all repayment for what has been done unto the Israelites here in this land. You see? Whew. 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 Isaiah 34:8 in the NLT, it says, For it is the day of Yahawah's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. Come on, man. Where my GNT at? Let me see if I can find my GNT, because I know if the NLT hit like that, the GNT gonna hit even hard. You know what? Do I have a GNT app on here? Do we have the... Look at that. Look at that. Let's get Isaiah. Call Allah YAHAWAH. Isaiah 34. Woo! Straight to the point. Like the Apostle Peter says, what? There's no private interpretation of the scriptures, man. It says what it says. You Edomites are going to pay for everything that you've done unto the Most High's people. Verse 8, right? This is Isaiah 34 and 8. It says, what? This is the time when Yahawah will rescue Zion and take vengeance on her enemies. That's good, but that other one hit even harder. You see? The NLT hits even harder. Isaiah 34 and 8 in the NLT. For it is the day of Yahweh's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. That's why all these different things are coming upon you. This is why your power system is collapsing. The glory of kingdoms, America, is crumbling. It's just getting worse day by day in this place. Until eventually it's going to be thrown into a complete state of chaos and ultimately destroyed by way of nuclear fire. That's a repayment for what you've done unto the Israelites. Verse 9 goes on to say what? And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land shall become burning pitch by way of what? Nuclear fire. By way of those warheads that are going to rain down upon this place in the midst of World War III. As what? As a punishment. As revenge from the Almighty God Yahawah for what you've done unto us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in this land, man. There it is. This is what you Edomites have to look forward to here in America. And we're going to see if you're proud to be an American in that day. You see? Now, verse 10 it says what? It shall not be quenched day nor night. The smoke thereof shall go up forever and go up forever. From generation to generation shall it lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. You see that? And you can keep reading the rest of this because it goes on further into the destruction. And this lines up to what's written in Revelation 18. You see? It's all throughout the book, man. This is the judgment coming upon you Edomites for what you've done unto the 12 tribes. So back in Ezekiel, look at that. Back in Ezekiel, verse 30, chapter 35, verse 6, it says what? Verse 6 says what? Therefore, as I live, saith Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. You see? This is what's coming upon you Edomites for what you've done unto the Most High's chosen people. Verse 7 says what? Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate. And this goes into what? The destruction of America, man. You see? America is the only place that's going to be made a desolation to never be inhabited again. To be an example of what not to be. To be an example of what happens when you fuck with the Most High's people. You see? Verse 7 says what? Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. And the only city that's not going to return is the city of America. You see? This is the place that's going to be a desolation forever. And only desert creatures are going to live here, according to prophecy. Why? Verse 10. Because the Most High always gives you the reason why he's going to do these things. He never just does something and not explain to you why. He's telling you exactly why he's about to do this until you wicked ass people. It says what? Because I had said, Ezekiel 35:10, because I had said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas Yahawah was there. Talking about what? The northern and the southern kingdom. And you're trying to rule over us as if you're our God. To the point to where you think you're going to put an MOTB in the Most High's people so you can say that you have ownership over them. See, the only ones you're going to get with that are the undesirables of Israel. You're not going to get the elect, man. But this is what you devils have done. You've erected your image before the face of our people, acting as if you're God, acting as if you're the Messiah, and you want our people to worship you. And this is why 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are in the mindset that you're in. See, you're afraid of us telling the truth and offending the so-called white man, because to you, the so-called white man is God. And that's not the truth, man. We're calling this devil out to his face, telling you that the one true living power, through his son YAHAWAH, is about to take you down. And we're not afraid to stand in great boldness. Because we know everything this devil has pushed forth in this earth has been a fucking lie. And it's all been dismantled according to prophecy, man. This devil is going down, and he's about to pay for all the wickedness that he's committed amongst our nation. For all the rape, for all the robbery, for all the murder, for all the atrocities that he's committed against us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This motherfucking devil is about to pay. And we can't wait to see it. We're going to fucking rejoice, man. And that's the spirit that the remnant will be in, of wanting to see vengeance befall our enemy. And that's what's coming according to the Most High's will. Verse 11 says what? Therefore, as I live, saith Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWAH, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged you. You see that? And we're all for this, man. To finally see our enemies repaid for what they've done unto us. And if you ain't that spirit of giving Esau a pass, hey, may the Most High bring destruction upon you unless you repent. But Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWAH is about to let these devils have it, man. Because of what? Because of the hatred that they've shown against us. Because they were envious, because they're jealous that we received that blessing and they didn't. They're jealous that we're the chosen people. That's why they always come on our comment board trying to cause a disruption, man. Talking shit, mocking us. We was kings. We're gonna see if that shit is funny when your entire country is in a state of collapse, man. We're gonna see if that shit is funny when those missiles are raining down all throughout your precious land known as America. Because it's coming. I want to see what this says in the NLT as well. Ezekiel 35:11 in the NLT, it says, therefore, as surely as I live, says the sovereign Yahawah, I will pay back your angry deeds with my own. I will punish you for all your acts of anger, envy, and hatred. Redlining the fucking this wicked ass jail system that's filled up with our people. You poison our food, you poison our waters. You give us the worst education. You give our people that wicked ass doctrine known as Christianity, telling them they can do whatever they want to do. They can eat whatever they want to eat. You see, and many other things, man. See, you've done it out of your hatred and your envy and your anger against us. You see? But you're going to be punished for that. For all the lynchings, man. For all the wicked ass government system that you have set up to ensnare our people. You have to pay for all that. The Most High is witnessing all this, man, and a great judgment is going to come upon you. True justice is coming. And we're going to love to see it. And it says what? And I will make myself known to Israel but by what I do to you, because the only God that's pronounced this type of judgment against Edom, the so-called white race, is the one true living power, the Almighty God Yahawah. No other God is the God of Christianity. I ain't talking about judgment coming into the Edomites. They talking about what God loves everyone. When we just clearly read in Malachi 1 that the Most High, the true God of the Bible, hates Esau. And we're reading about all this different type of punishment that's going to come upon these people for their wicked deeds. And when it happens, you're going to know that our God is who did this to you, because we put you up on notice before it even came to pass. Why? Because we are the prophets. You see, we're here to give you a heads up of what the Most High intends to do. Now, when we go on, verse 12 says what? And thou shalt know that I am Yahawah, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, and they are given to us to consume. And that's that's the mindset that you have. That's why you've categorized our people as being 3/5 of a human, so you can justify the slaughter of our people. So you can just call us animals and just do whatever you want to us, experiment on us, lock us up in that wicked ass penitentiary system, and Jake just gets worse. You label us as dumb and stupid and ignorant. All we're really good for is to do what? To entertain. And all the other things that you push forth and put our people in a negative light. Those are blasphemies that you've spoken against the mountains of Israel, the true people of the Lord, the Israelites, man. Right? Verse 13 goes on to say what? Thus with your mouth have ye boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. God is dead, and God is a woman, and what's this guy name? Fucking AI is the new God, and we don't need to listen to some old God in the book. We gonna do it our way. Just all manner of things you're speaking down here on this earth in great pride. Multiplying your words against the Most High. The Most High has heard it, man. And now it's time for you to be repaid. Because all you Edomites have that way of thinking. You don't believe in the Almighty. You believe in this false God that you've concocted in your head that tells you that you can do whatever you want to do so you can what? Fulfill your wicked lust. But now it's time for you to be repaid. Verse 14 says what? Thus saith Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawah, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. And that's what's coming to you, damn devils. You see, because after that 1,000 years of the kingdom of heaven, that first 1,000 years, we're going to gather you devils up. And we're going to completely eradicate you from the earth. We're going to annihilate you, exterminate you, terminate you. Like it tells you in the book of Job, he shall be chased out of the world. That's what's coming for you devils. And it's all according to what you did to the Most High's people. That's how serious the Most High is taking what you've done unto the Israelites. You see? To the point to where you have to just be completely off and banished from the earth. That's what's coming to every single last one of every single last Edomite, man, woman, and child. Prove it real quick. What is Obadiah 1? Matter of fact, we're going to get a couple before we get to that one. This is Obadiah 1:9. It says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Do you hear that? That every one of the mount of Esau, every one of the house of Esau, every one of Esau's family tree is going to be cut off by slaughter. That's what's coming to you, damn devils. And this is a repayment for what you've done unto us. Because this is what you tried to do to us. You tried to exterminate us, man. All those violent acts that you were committing against our people, the Most High hasn't forgotten it. And this is why the judgment that's going to be returned upon you is going to be so fucking harsh. And we're going to do it in the sight of the rest of the world so the heathen nations can know what happens when you fuck with the Most High's people. Verse 10 says what? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, which is who your brother Jacob? The Israelites, us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Obadiah 1 and 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And this is what's happening, because you can never escape. You see, the atrocities that you've committed to gain this land and build it up the way you have it now. That's why it tells you that a shameful spewing shall be upon your glory. This is why every time you out here chanting, God bless America, we're proud to be American, here the prophets, to let you know how everything was established. We're here to remind you of your bloody history and that you have a judgment coming upon you for what you've committed against us. That's a shame that's covering you that you cannot get away from. You see? America's history is steeped in what? Rape, robbery, murder, and slavery, man. And you have to pay for all of that. Obadiah 1 and 10. For violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And that's after you serve 1,000 years of hardcore bondage in the kingdom of heaven. In the kingdom of heaven, man. You Edomites are going into slavery under us. So you Edomites in America, you're going to be destroyed by way of that fire. Then you're being reincarnated through your family members that are going to be gathered up from the rest of the earth, carted into slavery. You're going to be born into slavery, just like we was born into slavery here in the land of America. That's what's coming upon you. And then after that first 1,000 years, we're going to get rid of you forever, as it tells us in Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWAH have spoken it. When is this going to happen? After that first dominion, after that first 1,000 year period in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to gather up all you Edomites, man, the men, the women, and the children, and you're going to be cut off by way of slaughter in the sight of the whole world. Because we're going to make an example out of you. And it's all according to the Most High's will. This ain't something we made up. This has been in the book. The reason you haven't heard it is because the pagan Roman Catholic Christian Church hasn't given you the true understanding of the scriptures. You see, but hey, the water Yahawah Shemiah Shah for raising up the prophets here in these last days to give us the understanding of what's about to happen. I want to see what this says in the NLT. Obadiah 1 and 18 in the NLT, it says, the people of Israel will be a raging fire, and Edom a field of dry stubble. The descendants of Joseph will be a flame, roaring across the field, devouring everything. There will be no survivors in Edom. Why? Why would there be no survivors in Edom? Is it because this is what the prophets made up? The Israelites just concocted this and this is not what it really said? No, it says what? I, YAHAWAH, have spoken. I, YAHAWAH, have spoken. This is the Most High's will. This is the Most High's vengeance being poured upon you for what you've done unto his people. So continue to save your souls. Continue to proud to be in America, man. Keep being in that spirit of making America great again. Because a great judgment is coming upon you, devils, to the point to where you're going to be completely annihilated to never exist again. The entire family tree of Esau, Edom will be plucked up out of the earth. And one day we're going to look up, there will be no more so-called white people on the planet. Call halayim la Yahawah Shemiah Shah. That's what's coming. So Ezekiel 35 and 14, it says what? Thus saith the Lord power YAHAWAH, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all of Idumea, even all of it. And they shall know that I am Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawah, because our power, the one true living power, is the only one that's pronounced this type of judgment to befall the so-called white race. You see? And that's how you gonna know the Almighty God has done this to you. You see, and that day creeps closer every day that passes by. So this is what you damn devils have to look forward to, man, and we can't wait to see it. We gonna love it. Hey, so with that, man, I'm gonna end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawah Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawah Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawah Shah has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba.